Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a review on a facial sponge. So a few months ago I got a facial sponge from EcoTools in my Influenster box. I shared that with you guys on an unboxing video, but I also just wanted to let you guys know my thoughts on the product after I've used it for a while. So I did get this product for free, but all of the opinions and my thoughts on this product are my own, obviously. So this is what the sponge looks like when it's completely dry. This one specifically is the EcoTools Konjac Pure Complexion Sponge in Sensitive. They have ones for different facial types, but this one in particular is the one for sensitive and it's just white. I will show you guys a video of how much it expands when it actually gets wet so that you can kind of see that. Overall, I think the sponge is great. It usually retails for about $6. It might be a little bit more or less depending on where you're looking at it. But this sponge actually does a really nice job. So I don't use the sponge all the time, but I use it, you know, a couple times a week in the morning usually because I use my Clarisonic at night. It's meant to be very gently exfoliating, which I would totally agree with. It is very gentle on your face. I don't feel like it irritates my face at all, but I do feel like it exfoliates just a little bit. I use it with a very gentle morning face wash, so I don't use it with something that has exfoliating beads or something like that in it. I use it with one that is just like a cream cleanser. Recently I've been using it with the First Aid Beauty Face Wash, a sample that I got in a kit. I will annotate the actual name here if you're curious what the actual name of it is. But I really like this sponge. I think that it does a nice job. I've noticed that I did use it one night in place of my Clarisonic, and it actually did help take off some of my makeup. I noticed there was makeup on the sponge when I got done using it, which I didn't expect. One of the downsides of this sponge is that it takes a while to completely dry out, so you sometimes have to let it dry this way for a while and then flip it over and let it dry. It doesn't dry completely on its own if you don't flip it over, and that kind of freaks me out because I worry about bacteria getting stuck in it and, you know, harboring gross things if it doesn't ever fully dry out. I have to be very aware of making sure that I flip it so that it gets all the way dry, which it is right now. It's completely hard. If you can hear it, it sounds kind of like styrofoam. These are supposed to last for 1 to 3 months, and I've kept mine for a while. I don't know that I would keep it past more than probably 2 months though, because even when I try to squeeze it and make sure everything runs out of it, I still feel like there is probably stuff staying in it and not completely washing out, because even the next time if I wet it and I rinse it out and I squeeze it, it has soap residue in it from the last time. So I'm guessing that it still has bacteria from when I washed my face from last time too. If I did not have a Clarisonic or a facial brush to cleanse my face, this might be a good alternative. So in the long run, it's probably a lot cheaper than a Clarisonic, but I feel like a Clarisonic does a lot more for exfoliating my face and kind of clearing up dry skin patches and things like that and getting that dead skin off. I think this does a decent job, but it's not like the most exfoliating thing you'll ever use, but it's decent. If you are wanting to try out a Konjac sponge, there are, I think, ones that are probably a lot more expensive than this one. This might be a good drugstore alternative that you can easily go to and check out. I'm sure you can find it at Target and Walmart and places like that and easily get this a lot easier than you might have, you know. I know that there's like One Love has a bunch of stuff. Different organic companies have things like this. So ultimately, it's not like a rave review from me. It's not something that I personally find essential, but I think it does a decent job at exfoliating and cleansing your face. I personally would pick the Clarisonic over this, but you know, if you're looking for a cheap alternative, it might be worth looking into if you wanted to try something like this out. Not my favorite thing ever, but it's not terrible, and especially at, you know, about $6. If you wanted to try it once, what's $6? It's not a huge loss if you tried it. If you've tried out this sponge or any sponges like this and you have any preferences about these, let me know that in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this as well, see if your experiences are different than mine. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.